As someone who has played hundreds of video games at this point, I can tell when a video game is not made with a single ounce of heart or soul behind it. And you could probably tell too, it's so easily felt on the screen and on the controller. But then you play a game that is just entirely made out of love, and you can tell the developers behind it adored what they were making. Denshattack is one of those games, and I'm gonna convince you to buy it and play it if you haven't already. Hi, I'm Celestials. I'm a gamer and video game journalist, and just let's face it, a game is best when the creators behind it actually like the product that they're making. In the end, it is a product that is supposed to make money, but often there are games that come out where you play them and you can tell money wasn't the only thing on their mind when they were creating it. And I can name a few games like that off the top of my head. Player Obscure, Expedition 33, Hollow Knight, Silksong, and Pragmata are 3 games that I played within the past year or two where I could tell that the developers were very passionate about their ideas, and they wouldn't let any big publisher, long development cycle, or fear of trying something new to get in their way. And the most recent game that has made me feel this way is Denshattack. Denshattack is developed by Undercoders and was released on July 15th, just a few weeks ago. And it has already climbed up to one of my favorite games of this entire year. Denshattack is a fast-paced 3D platformer where you control a train car that can grind on rails, perform insane tricks, and even look stylish while doing it. In this colorful version of dystopian Japan. It's set in a future where a climate crisis has struck the world, and in response, Japan has enclosed its main cities in domes controlled by a mega corporation, and it's kept the rest of the world out. You play as Emmy, who battles and teams up with gangs to become a Denshattacker, which in this universe is like the coolest thing you could ever be. Every single level that I play, which there are so many, there are nearly 10 different regions and dozens of levels to play. Sometimes it's a race, or you have to complete a set of goals, or maybe you just have to hop on a giant Ferris wheel and pull off nasty tricks while rolling in the ocean. That's not even the craziest thing that you can do in this game. I don't even want to spoil it for you. Every second of this game has been so entertaining. The story and characters get better with each chapter. You meet someone new, like a main character every chapter that is a leader of this gang that ends up joining you. And the soundtrack, oh my god. There are 80 incredible songs on this original soundtrack. It did not take me long at all to go on Spotify, like maybe an hour after playing, and just save all of my favorite songs. The music is by far one of the standout features of Denshattack. Every single level has an entirely different song that feels very unique, but familiar in the sense that it's inspired by so many genres. Every aspect of Denshattack just oozes with love. It is so obvious from the get-go that this is a game that is made with heart, because you can feel it when you play it. It feels like if Jet Set Radio in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater had a baby that was made with a AA budget. If you told me that this was published by Devolver Digital, I would believe you. But seriously, this game came out of nowhere, and it's already become many gamers' Game of the Year for very good reasons. Games like Denshattack that are made with love feel like a breath of fresh air in an industry that is suffocated by layoffs, arduous AAA development cycles, and prioritizing profit over quality. When you play a game that is made with this much love, you know it, because you can't put it down, and yet all you want to do is rush to your friends and tell them about it. I remember playing Expedition 33 and Pragmata for review when it was still under embargo, and it was a struggle not being able to talk about them. I couldn't wait for the public to get their hands on these games because I knew that they were special even before any reviews or Metacritic scores were out. So as soon as I heard some of my favorite reviewers and content creators talk so highly about Denshattack, I just knew I had to give it a try. I've also noticed a common thread between these games is how they make you feel like a better gamer. On the first few levels of Denshattack, they make sure you're not too overwhelmed by all the tricks and stunts you could pull off, and there is a lot of them. But I quickly realized that it was easy to pick up, but hard to master, and it just makes you want to master it so badly. I've never got gold once on my first try, and I don't think you're meant to. To get gold, you need to get a ton of points, finish fast, find all the collectibles, and beat all the dares. Obviously, you can go back and do these one by one, but Denshattack just does not hold your hand. Instead, it puts you on a bicycle, pushes you down a hill and just tells you to figure it out. Or in this case, it throws you down a cliff in a train car. I worked my ass off for some of those gold medals, and it made me feel a lot better for it. It's just like how beating some of the toughest bosses in Silksong made me feel so accomplished because of how dedicated I was to figuring out the boss's attack patterns and persevering despite how many times I failed. Some games are just hard for hard's sake, and they don't give you that sense of accomplishment after getting past an obstacle. Games of Soul reward you for your efforts and make you feel stronger and smarter for tackling obstacles. And then again, there's nothing wrong with just going through all the Denshattack levels and not even aiming for gold. It's one of those games that is good for someone who just wants to experience the fun story and pull off some cool tricks, but it also serves the gamer who does want to master all of the levels and get gold. But overall, I could just tell while playing Denshattack that the developers were cooking. It is full to the brim of creativity that only the human spirit could even conjure up, and I hope that I've convinced you to check it out for yourself. Let me know in the comments what games you feel are made with love, and feel free to subscribe if you'd like to hear more of my gaming ramblings.